All right, we're out in the shop today. We're going to work on the old DRZ 400 a little bit. Got to replace the battery. I ordered some cheap lowering links off of Amazon, I believe it was. I think that's where I got the battery too. And I need to take the linkage off, grease it, swing arm bearings. Bike's 24 years old, so everything probably needs a good greasing. Got to take the carburetor off and replace. It floods if you leave the gas on. It'll fill the cylinder up with gas. There's supposedly an O-ring on the needle and seat that leaks by. So I've got a long list of stuff to do to it. So this probably won't be a real short video. But we're going to start with the battery. And I'm going to replace the spring. I'm going to take the shock out, replace the spring. I've got a heavier spring off my old YZ400. I think will work. We're going to try. And we're going to replace the fork springs. Probably rebuild the forks while we're at it. Probably replace the wheel bearings. Just give it a good going over. Make sure it's ready for spring riding season. I want to do some maybe some trips on this. So, all right. Oh, you get you a bone, huh? So, me and my compadre here, we're going to get started on this. All right. All right, we got the battery in. Let's see if she cranks. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, gotta hold the clutch in. Yeah, she cranks. All right, that's a good start. Next, I think what we'll do is take off this kickstand switch. Just remove it completely. A few times I've been riding this thing and you go to stand up and your heel hits this and pushes it down. It kills the bike and it just about puts you over the handlebars. So that's just almost, to me, that's more dangerous than starting out with a kickstand down. So we're going to remove that booger and we'll jump it up there at the connector. So let me get looks like that's probably a 10. Get a 10 millimeter and trace this wires out and find the plug. We'll get back with you. All right, we got the switch off, trace the wire up. It goes to this little green plug right here. I am plugged in, so probably what I'll do is cut these wires and just splice them together and plug it back in. To get to that, I had to remove this little piece here. I don't know what it's for, but so anyway, that's how you do that. I will cut this off and let me I got a little solder splice that solders itself together. I'll put one of those on here. We'll stick it back on. That'll be another project done. I need to get online and order wheel bearings, carburetor kit. But we may dive into them forks today. Curious to see if those springs will fit. So, okay. All right, here's our plug with our splicing. We'll splice on it. Keep this moving. Let that cool off for a little bit. We'll install it. We'll test the bike, make sure it runs. All right, it's time to give this a try and see if it fires. Trying to. Turn the gas on. It may be out of gas. Let me add some gas to it real quick. All right, take 2. So that works. All right, next we may tear into those forks. I'm curious to see if my springs will fit. So we got to take handlebars off, top triple trees, loosen these, take the front wheel off. So I'll get back with you when I get a fork off. All right, I got the springs in the forks and I got the rear shock off. Taking that rear shock off is no joke. It is a, maybe I went around the hard way, I don't know. But I had to pull the subframe back. I had to pull the wheel up to get the shock off of that linkage down there so it could lean over and come out this hole. We got it, so now once I find my spring, Lord knows where that's at, we will get it put on the shock. That'll probably be tomorrow. But then we can put it back together and take it around a block and see how she rides. Hoping it rides a lot stiffer because this thing was a wallowy mess. All right, thanks for watching. All right, back in the shop working on the shock. I'm gonna get this spring and put on this shock, then get it put back on the DRZ. So on these shocks, you have like a lock ring, jam nut. Once you get that loose, it runs down there and locks against this ring. Once you get that loose, a lot of times you can just turn your coil spring. And this is a lot easier if it's still in the bike. But you turn the spring and this nut will turn with it. And you got to get the tension off of this spring. There's a lock. There's a little ring down here that I'll show you when I get this backed off how that works. Probably wouldn't hurt to lube those threads a little bit. But we like it dry here. We like it like we like our humor dry. Alright. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll get back with you when I get this loose. Alright, we've got this loose enough for it to turn by hand now. See here. Give me a minute to figure this thing out. All right, back up. I went and watched a YouTube video on how to get this off, and it does come off just like the YZ. So this ring here has to come down. There, it's starting to come down. here. Kind of hard to see. There's a ring right there. And we take that ring off. If I can find the end of it, there it is. He's still on there pretty good. There we go. Now we'll just pop this ring off of here. Oh, but yeah, good camera shot. That ring comes off. Then this ring will come off. And then your spring comes off. And here's our new old spring. Oh, it ain't gonna go. Well, that's a shame. Too small ID to fit on this shock. So oh well, we're gonna have to order a spring. That's okay. I think this shock probably needs rebuilt anyway. Probably gonna have to order some parts. It looks like it's been weeping a little bit of oil out of it, maybe. So I still got pretty good dampening. It may not need rebuilt, but the bump stop's gone. It disintegrated. So, all right, well, that concludes that. I guess when we get a spring and maybe a rebuild kit for the shock, we'll resume this video. Till then, thanks for watching.